Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most complicated, emotionally charged, and downright unpredictable storylines currently unfolding in General Hospital. If you've been keeping up, you already know that Sasha Corbin's world has spiraled into chaos ever since she found out she was pregnant. While expecting a child should be a time of joy, for Sasha, it has turned into a strategic game of survival, deception, and heartbreak. The most pressing question on everyone's mind right now is, how much longer can Sasha keep up this charade before the truth inevitably explodes? And even more importantly, will Michael Corinthos' return to Port Charles be the key to untangling this mess, or will it only make things worse? Buckle up, because we're about to break down every detail, analyze every twist, and speculate on what's coming next. Michael's absence has left chaos in its wake. Michael Corinthos' departure from Port Charles couldn't have come at a worse time. After suffering severe third-degree burns, he was sent to Germany for treatment and rehabilitation, a necessary step for his recovery but an unfortunate one in terms of timing. With him out of the picture, several crucial matters, including the custody of Wiley and Amelia, have been left hanging in the balance, leaving room for confusion, manipulation, and unexpected power struggles. In his absence, the legal situation regarding his children has become a tangled web, with multiple people stepping in to make decisions on his behalf. Willow, his wife, is trying to keep things stable, but with outside influences interfering, including the Quartermaines and Sonny Corinthos, she is finding it increasingly difficult to maintain control. Meanwhile, Sasha is navigating her own crisis, one that would have been significantly easier to handle if Michael had been around. With so many unanswered questions and so much at stake, Michael's return later this year is one of the most highly anticipated events in Port Charles. His reappearance will force several secrets to the surface, but the biggest one of all, the true identity of Sasha's baby's father, could change everything. Jason Morgan, a reluctant stand-in yet again. Jason Morgan has always been the man people turn to in times of crisis. Known for his loyalty, his protectiveness, and his willingness to step into difficult situations, he has been a steadfast ally to many in Port Charles. However, even Jason has his limits, and this time, he finds himself in an awkward and frustrating predicament. Sasha has publicly named Jason as the father of her unborn child, a claim that is far from the truth. While Jason understands why she felt forced into this deception, he is not entirely comfortable with the arrangement. After all, he has been down this road before, twice, to be exact. He has pretended to be a child's father in the past to protect both the child and the mother from danger, and in both cases, it led to nothing but heartache and complications. The irony of this situation is that choosing Jason as a fake father completely contradicts Sasha's original intentions. One of the biggest reasons she wanted to keep the real father's identity a secret was to prevent her child from being caught up in the dangerous world of organized crime. But by naming Jason, she has done exactly that. Jason is not only Sonny Corinthos' most trusted enforcer, but he is also biologically a Quartermaine. This means that if the truth remains hidden, Sasha's child will still be at risk of being targeted by rival mob families and, at the same time, will have to deal with the influence of the powerful and manipulative Quartermaine dynasty. So, was this really the best decision Sasha could have made, or was it a desperate move that will come back to haunt her? Sasha's risky gamble and the web of deception. At the heart of this entire mess is Sasha Corbin, a woman who has spent the past few months trying to make the best of an impossible situation. From the moment she discovered she was pregnant, she was forced to make one difficult decision after another, all in an attempt to protect her unborn child from the dangerous influences surrounding her. But Sasha is playing a risky game. In her attempt to shield her baby from the Quartermaines and the Corinthos crime empire, she has instead trapped herself in a lie that is growing harder to maintain. Why did she feel the need to lie about the father in the first place? The answer is simple. She wanted to keep her child out of the Quartermaine family drama. The Quartermaines, known for their wealth, power, and cutthroat family dynamics, would undoubtedly try to claim the child as one of their own. Sasha feared that her baby would be caught in the middle of family feuds, legal battles, and inheritance disputes before even taking its first breath. She wanted to keep her child safe from the dangers of Sonny Corinthos' world. Being the biological grandchild of Sonny Corinthos would immediately put a target on her baby's back. Sonny's enemies would see the child as a potential weakness, a way to get to him, and that was a risk Sasha was unwilling to take. She didn't want to complicate Michael's life further. Michael was already dealing with a difficult custody battle for Wiley and Amelia. Revealing that he was the father of another child could have potentially jeopardized his standing in court and given his opponents more ammunition to use against him. But by dragging Jason into this mess, Sasha has created more problems than she has solved. Now, she has to maintain the lie while simultaneously dealing with the ever-growing pressure from both the Quartermaines and the Corinthos family. The longer she keeps up the deception, the more likely it is that everything will come crashing down around her. Could Michael's return be the turning point? The biggest question right now is whether Michael's return will be the key to untangling this mess. His absence has left a void that others have rushed to fill, and now that he is on the mend, he will soon have to face the consequences of everything that has happened in his absence. If Michael decides to step up and claim his child, it could change everything. It would put an end to the speculation, remove Jason from an uncomfortable position, and allow Sasha to stop living a lie. But what if Michael doesn't see this as the best course of action? What if he believes that stepping forward would put his child in even greater danger? Port Charles has seen its fair share of dramatic reveals and shocking twists, but this storyline has the potential to be one of the most explosive yet. Will Michael finally take responsibility, or will Sasha be forced to keep up her charade even longer? Final thoughts: where is this storyline heading? Sasha's initial plan to protect her child may have started with good intentions, but it has now spiraled into something far more complicated than she ever anticipated. By involving Jason, she has unintentionally drawn more attention to herself, and with Michael's return on the horizon, the truth is closer than ever to being exposed. Will Sasha's deception ultimately lead to heartbreak? Will Michael finally take responsibility for his child? And how will the Quartermaines and Sonny Corinthos react when the truth finally comes to light? One thing is for certain: Port Charles is in for one wild ride. What do you think will happen next? We're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping twists to hit General Hospital in a long time. Jocelyn Jacques has just done the unthinkable. She took the life of Cyrus Renaud. While many fans are celebrating the end of his reign of terror, Jocelyn's life will never be the same. What should have been an open-and-shut case of self-defense is quickly spiraling into something far more dangerous. The WSB is now involved, secrets are piling up, and there's a major cleanup operation underway. But with Jason Morgan being framed for the crime and the PCPD closing in, will Joss's choice to trust Jack Brennan ultimately save her or destroy her life forever? Let's break it all down, explore the fallout, and analyze what could come next in this high-stakes GH storyline. Jack Brennan saves Joss, but at what cost? Jocelyn Jacques has crossed a line she can never undo. She has taken a life, and that kind of action changes a person forever. But the most immediate problem isn't just the psychological impact of her actions, it's the fact that law enforcement is circling, and if the truth comes out, her future could be destroyed. Enter Jack Brennan, a man with his own agenda. A high-ranking WSB official, Jack has been watching Jocelyn for a while, and this situation presents him with the perfect opportunity to test her under pressure. His priority isn't just cleaning up the mess, he's assessing Jocelyn's potential for something much bigger. Why does Jack care so much? Is it because of his feelings for Carly Spencer, Joss's mother? Or is there a much deeper reason behind his interest? Some believe that Jack may be looking for a new recruit for the WSB, and Joss's ability to think on her feet under extreme circumstances might make her the perfect candidate. Whatever Jack's endgame is, one thing is certain, he can't allow Jocelyn to get arrested. If she goes down for killing Cyrus, it would mean that all his careful maneuvering was for nothing. So, he takes matters into his own hands, devising a way to eliminate all evidence of Jocelyn's involvement. But in helping her, is he truly saving her, or is he pulling her deeper into a world she won't be able to escape? Jocelyn's future, WSB recruit or target? If Jack Brennan's plan succeeds, Jocelyn might walk away from this without facing any legal consequences. But at what cost? There's growing speculation that Jack's interest in Jocelyn isn't just about protecting Carly's daughter, it's about something much bigger. Some believe that Jack has been watching Jocelyn as a potential recruit for the WSB. Could this entire situation have been a test? Joss's quick thinking, her ability to act under pressure, and the way she handled Cyrus all point to traits that intelligence agencies look for in new operatives. And let's not forget one crucial detail, her uncle, Jerry Jacks. Jerry has always been one of GH's most dangerous and unpredictable characters, a terrorist with international ties who once poisoned Port Charles's water supply. He even ensured that Jocelyn was vaccinated against the pathogen he introduced. But here's where things get interesting. Jerry recently escaped from Steinmauer prison, the infamous facility where the worst of the worst are locked away. The WSB might see Jocelyn as a unique asset, someone who could potentially help track down her uncle. But would Jocelyn ever agree to work for the agency that once hunted down members of her own family? Jack has been testing her, watching her closely. He even told his colleague Colette that he wanted to see how she would react under pressure. Was this entire situation orchestrated to push Joss into the WSB's grasp? Jason Morgan, the perfect scapegoat? Meanwhile, as Jack works to cover up Jocelyn's involvement in Cyrus's death, another person is being lined up to take the fall, Jason Morgan. For months, Jason had been hunting Cyrus, desperate to avenge the death of Sam McCall. He openly expressed his desire to see Cyrus pay for his crimes, and he even stood at Sam's grave, confessing that he wanted nothing more than to end Cyrus's life. Now that Cyrus is dead, Jason is the #1 suspect. The timing, the motive, and his history with Cyrus all make him the perfect fall guy. But there's one huge problem, he was nowhere near the crime scene when it happened. That doesn't mean the authorities will believe him. Anna Devane and Alexis Davis both begged him not to take matters into his own hands. And with the PCPD desperate for a resolution, will they be willing to look beyond the obvious, or will Jason find himself wrongfully accused? And if Jason is arrested, will Jack Brennan use that to tighten his grip on Jocelyn even further? A race against time, the PCPD closes, and while Jack is working to erase all evidence, the PCPD is hot on the trail. Jordan Ashford, Dante Falconeri, and Anna Devane are all closing in on the truth. They know that Cyrus Renault's death wasn't just some random accident, it was a targeted hit. With Lucky Spencer fighting for his life, the urgency to solve this case has only intensified. And they're getting closer to discovering the truth. Jocelyn and Jack don't have much time. They have to act fast if they want to make sure no trace of Jocelyn remains at the crime scene. Jack has the resources, he can wipe fingerprints, destroy evidence, and even burn down the entire cabin to erase any sign of her presence. But the real question is, will they be able to pull it off before the authorities arrive? Jocelyn's breaking point, how will she handle this? Jocelyn has always been a strong and independent young woman, but this moment will define the rest of her life. Taking a life, even in self-defense, is something that changes a person forever. The guilt, the nightmares, the weight of what she's done, these are things that she will have to carry for the rest of her days. Even if Jack erases all evidence, even if she never faces legal consequences, she will have to live with the knowledge that she killed someone. And as much as she tries to rationalize her actions, there will always be a part of her that questions whether she could have done something different. Will this experience push her further down a path of violence and deception? Will she embrace the dark world that Jack Brennan is trying to introduce her to? Or will she find a way to rise above it all? Only time will tell. Final thoughts, what happens next? Jocelyn Jacks has crossed a line, and there's no turning back now. Jack Brennan is cleaning up the mess, but what's his true motive? Jason Morgan is being framed, will he be able to prove his innocence? The PCPD is closing in, will they uncover the truth before Jack erases all evidence? And most importantly, what will Jocelyn do next? Will she walk away from this, or is this just the beginning of a much darker path for her? One thing is for certain, Port Charles will never be the same after this. What do you guys think? Is Jocelyn being manipulated into becoming a WSB recruit? Will Jason find a way to clear his name? And will Jack Brennan's plan actually work, or will it all come crashing down? Next, we're diving into a hot topic that has General Hospital fans absolutely buzzing. The drama between Chase, Brooke Lynn, and Dante has reached an explosive peak, and it seems like trust has been shattered in ways that could change relationships forever. What started as a moment of vulnerability for Chase quickly spiraled into betrayal, and now the internet is weighing in with some strong opinions. Was Dante truly looking out for his friend, or did he cross the line? And what does this mean for Chase and Brooke Lynn moving forward? Let's break it all down. Fans have a lot to say, and they're not holding back. If there's one thing soap opera fans do best, it's passionately voicing their opinions, and General Hospital viewers are no exception. The reaction to this latest twist in Chase's story has been overwhelming, with fans taking to social media to express their frustration. Many viewers are furious with Dante for betraying Chase's trust and spilling such a personal secret to Lulu. One comment summed it up perfectly: Chase thought he was opening up to his friend. And then Dante goes and blabs to his obnoxious ex-wife, who gets more unlikable by the day. Others are directing their frustration at Chase himself, accusing him of being naive and failing to take responsibility for his own health. I wish Chase would stop being such a coward and go see a dang doctor already. Now he's lying to his own wife? He believes Willow after she told him he can't have kids, and that's what I hate about him. I hope Brooke Lynn confronts him. Clearly, this storyline has struck a nerve. But why has it become such a heated topic? To understand that, we need to take a closer look at the dynamics at play. Chase's inner struggle: why won't he face the truth? Chase has always been a man of integrity, but even the most honorable people have their moments of weakness. This situation with Brooke Lynn is deeply personal, and it's easy to see why he's hesitant to deal with it head-on. The idea of not being able to have children is life-changing, and Chase is struggling to accept that reality. But instead of facing the situation like the strong, level-headed detective we know him to be, he has chosen denial. He hasn't even been to a doctor to get a real medical evaluation, yet he is fully believing the worst. This is a clear sign that his fears have overtaken his rational thinking. On top of that, there's the pressure of his relationship with Brooklyn. They've had their fair share of ups and downs, and Chase might be terrified that this revelation could add even more strain. What if she's disappointed? What if it changes the way she sees their future together? These fears are valid, but running from them will only make things worse in the long run. Dante's betrayal, was it really justified? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Dante's decision to tell Lulu about Chase and Brooklyn's private struggles. Was he trying to help, or was this an outright betrayal? On one hand, Dante may have thought he was doing Chase a favor. Maybe he believed that by sharing this information, he could help Chase navigate his emotions better. But on the other hand, this was not his secret to tell, especially not to Lulu, who has no business knowing such a personal detail. This raises an important question: does Dante truly understand the meaning of loyalty? Chase trusted him, and instead of offering support, he turned around and made Chase's private life public knowledge. If Brooklyn finds out, there's no doubt this will create serious trust issues between Chase and his closest friends. Dante might have thought he was being helpful, but in reality, he's made everything worse. This kind of breach of trust can change a friendship forever. Brooklyn's reaction, what will she do? The person most affected by all of this, besides Chase, is, of course, Brooklyn. How will she handle learning that Chase has been keeping this from her? Will she understand his fears, or will she see it as a lack of trust? Brooklyn is not the type to sit back and accept half-truths. She's strong, opinionated, and fiercely protective of the people she loves. If she finds out that Chase has been lying, or worse, that Dante spilled their private business to Lulu before Chase even had the chance to talk to her, things could get ugly fast. Could this be the beginning of cracks forming in their relationship? If Chase doesn't take control of the situation soon, Brooklyn may start to question whether he truly sees her as an equal partner. What happens next? At this point, Chase is at a crossroads. He has two options: face the truth. He needs to see a doctor, get actual medical confirmation, and most importantly, be honest with Brooklyn. If he doesn't do this soon, the damage could be irreversible. Keep running from reality. If he continues down this path of denial, he risks not only losing Brooklyn's trust but also damaging his own peace of mind. As for Dante, he needs to realize that loyalty isn't just about being there for someone, it's about respecting their privacy and boundaries. If he values his friendship with Chase, he might have to do some serious damage control.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.